So now in this implementation of stack we already have done with the array, and in lab also we have implemented it. And to implement it with the help of linked list, right, we also have done the programs on linked list. So you have to design this push, pop, peep, change and display operations. And by implementing a queue using a linked list, you have to implement these operations, insert, delete and display, right? So uh, now for this operations you already know the algorithms for insertion and deletion, right? Only you have to maintain some extra pointers. For the queue you have to maintain front and rear pointer. For the stack you have to maintain the top pointer. And in both these data structures you can use the insert and delete operations of the linear linked list, any type of uh, linear linked list. So this stack can be implemented through the any of the four types of linked list, and queue also can be implemented by any of the four types of linked list, right? So there are 8 possible programs are there in this single slide. So you can write 8 different programs from this slide. Right, so using a singly linked linear list, you can implement stack and queue. Using circularly linked linear list, you can implement two. Using doubly linked linear list, you can implement these two, and using a doubly linked circular list, you can implement this to stack and queue. Right. So next is any questions from this? Next is the applications of linked list, and these applications are polynomial manipulation. Right? This you can do using this. So the different operations which you can perform on polynomials are addition, then building an order linked representation of polynomial, and many possible, all possible operations of this polynomial can be done here, right? Then linked dictionary. So you can build a link to the dictionary. So in Wikipedia you can see there are many words which are linked to other pages in the Wikipedia. So this is an example of linked dictionary, right? In the program also you can implement this linked dictionary. It's a very interesting program, right? So this is there. Then multiple precision arithmetic. So this multiple precision arithmetic is a very wonderful application of this linked list. This multiple precision arithmetic is not possible through machines. So through linked list you can do this. For example, suppose you want the precision up to 1000 decimal points, up to 1000 decimal points, like 0.00 and such 1000 such zeros, and that level of 1000, right? So 1000 zeros, so 1000 decimal places precision suppose you want, right? So in that the calculator or even supercomputer will fail to give you such a uh, long precision, right? So for that, this multiple precision arithmetic, you can use the linked list, right? And in the linked list, you can you can store this precision value in the by storing it in the nodes, different nodes, right? So for 10 digit, every 10 digit in the precision can be stored in one node. So by such 100 nodes, you can achieve the 1000 decimal precision from the number. Have you got this? Any questions? No. So, okay, let me go ahead. So now our next chapter is a non-linear data structure, and up till now we have seen the linear data structure like array, linked list, right? Different type of linked lists, stack, queue, all these are the linear data structures. And now we are going to see the non-linear data structure, and it expresses a more complex relationship, right? While in the linear data structures there is a straight relationships, right? Linear relationships, but now here are more complex relationships, and then just physical adjacency, right? Physical adjacency which was there in the linear data structures. So in non-linear data structure, this physical adjacency is not the limit, right? So we can represent more complex relationships, and among all, tree is a very important data structure and very popular data structure which is non-linear, and it's a highly useful in many computer algorithms, in many computer applications, and in our day-to-day life also, right? You use tree, right, to symbolize something. For example, if you want to draw a family tree, right? Grandparent and uh, parent. This grandparent have three childs, and again their family, right? In this way, uh, you can represent the family tree, and this is also tree structure, and many more algorithms are also follows the tree structure. Okay, so let's go ahead. So now we would see the uh, tree and graphs definition and concepts. So here in this you can see some of the graphs. You please take screenshot of this, so that on the next slides when we would go ahead, you can use this image to understand, right? Otherwise I would also be uh, displaying you this image. Okay, so let me now start. So uh, in this there are lots of definitions. We will go through definitions one by one, and let me open this uh, image of graphs. So till that image is loading, let us go ahead in the lecture. Okay, so this image is loaded now, and let's go to lecture. Now here in this definitions and concepts, so tree is nothing but a restricted graph. You can consider tree as a restricted graph, right? And there are two types of trees. There are general trees and there are binary trees, which we would see later on. But in general tree there are many branches, and in binary tree only two branches. And to understand the tree, we need to understand the terminology of graph, right? So the very famous definition of graph is graph G consists of non-empty set V called the set of nodes, or also called points, or also called vertices, right? So graph G is denoted by G and a set of nodes or vertices and the set of edges. So every graph is represented by these two sets, vectors and edges, right? Sorry, vertices and edges. So graph G is a consists of non-empty set V called the nodes or points or vertices of the graph, and set E, which is the set of edges of the graph. And there is a mapping from the set of edges. There is a mapping from the set of edges to the set of pairs of elements of V, and both V and E are considered as finite, right? They cannot be infinite, otherwise graph is not possible. Okay, so if you see here in this image, uh, if you see this here, there are A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. There are what we say 7 graphs are there, right? So 7 graphs are there, and all graph is a set of vertices and set of edges. See, for this graph only 2 vertices are there, no edge is there. There is a empty edge. And this is also a graph. There is one edge. The set of edge have only one edge, and set of vertices have 2 vertices. Here you can see there are 4 vertices and 5 edges, right? So for this graph, you can see there are 4 vertices and 3 edges. Here 2 vertices only and no edges. Here 2 vertices and 1 edge, 2 vertices and 1 edge, but here it is directed. This is not directed. Likewise. Okay. So this definition of graph is very famous. Right. So here you have to remember that the vector set V, sorry, vertices set V is supposed to be non-empty, but while set of edges can be empty. That's why the first graph is intentionally kept as just 2 vertices. No edges are joined in between. So this is also a valid graph. This is also a valid graph, right? Vertices 1 and vertices 2. So it has known empty vertices set, but it has empty set of edges. But then also it is a graph, right? Okay. Next is adjacent nodes. So the any two nodes which are connected by an edge are called adjacent nodes, and an edge which is directed from one node to another is called the directed edge, while the edge which has no specific direction is called the undirected edge. And a graph in which every edge is directed is called directed graph or called the digraph. And in the quiz there was a question. I kept this image and I asked how many graphs are digraphs? So now can you answer? Let me show you the definition of directed graph. A graph in which every edge is directed is called directed graph or a digraph. So let me have answers from you. So how many graphs are directed graphs here? I'm waiting in chat box.
3.
One answer is 3. Okay. No other answers. Okay. One answer is 3 from 32. Show you this image. I give you few seconds and then I will check the chat box. So okay, let me check it now in chat box. Okay, some says 3, some says 2, some says 4. Okay, so let's now check the answer. So here this graph is not a digraph, right? And this is a digraph. So one, this is not digraph, right? So this is also not digraph as this edge has no direction, and we said the graph is directed only which every edge has the direction. So this is also not the directed graph. And here every edge has the direction. So this is a second directed graph, or you can say digraph. Here no edges have the direction, so no, this is also not directed graph. And here, yeah, it is third because every edge has direction. So 3 directed graphs are there out of this 7 graphs. So this was the answer in the quiz. Right? So let's go ahead.
Sir.
Yes.
Sir, in the first picture there was no edge. So can we say that there was 0 edge and 0 directed? So
In the first, what is your question?
in the first diagram there were 0.
0 edges. Yes. Here.
So 0 directed.
No, we cannot say that because that graph has different name. It would come later on. Right, the graph having no edges has different terminology, and that we are going to see soon, right? Okay. So now let's go ahead. Yeah. So a graph in which every edge is directed is called directed graph. Okay. And let's go ahead. A graph in which every edge is undirected is called undirected graph. So in previous image there are 4 undirected graph, we can say. No, not 4, because there is mixed graph is also there. If some of the edges are directed and some are undirected, it's a mixture of edges, then it is called a mixed graph. So these are the 3 examples of the all 3 types of graphs. A city map showing the one-way streets is an example of a directed graph, right? Only one-way streets, right? Because every edge must have direction, and if all streets are one way, so it shows the direction, and that's why a city map showing only the one-way streets is the example of directed graph. And if you take a map in which you show only two-way streets, only a two-way street. So two-way streets you cannot say directed, That's why it's an undirected graph. And map showing the one-way and two-way streets is an example of mixed graph, right? And for a directed edge, a node from where it starts is called the initiating node, or also called the originating node, and the node where it stops is called the terminating or ending node, right? So here you have to remember this: initiating or originating, and terminating or ending node. Okay. Uh, Next, yeah,
So next lecture we start on.
yes. Have we completed the time? Oh yeah, sorry. Okay, let me stop sharing screen. Let me take attendance sheet. Okay. Rest of the definition we will see in next lecture. Attendance sheet is downloaded now. Let me stop recording.